let them drive their shit, take their money,
and
be outside with the girlfriend, the go and club. Like, man, that's simp shit, man. Like, that's like, I don't know how motherfuckers let them bitches let them do that to them.
Yeah, because they believe anything a woman said, and a woman's always wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
A woman's always wrong.
Can't even change their own tire.
I got this girl. I said, "Hey, do your mechanics know to change your blinker fluid?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, check. I paid for that." And then I started laughing at her. I go, and then we all told her, "Look, there ain't no blinker fluid." But she was serious. She was dead serious. Oh, I paid for all that.
She wanted to sound not stupid, even though she did sound stupid. Stupid though. Instead of saying blinker fluid, what's that? She's like, yeah, and she even say, "Well, I paid for it." So how the fuck did you pay for that?
She'd be like, "Yeah, I think so." It's on the receipt.
Yeah. Goes to show how dumb these women are, though, man.
Dumb, baby.
Yeah.
Like dumb. Like they'd rather have you lie to them than tell them the truth.
Yeah.
Here I am telling these girls the truth at work. Luckily, I can have these wives. I can have these blah. No. They're like, no. And then this girl, the same girl, she was like, I said, no one woman can take care of one man. And then she was like, that's because you're not a real man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they're gonna say some shit like that.
And I started laughing because that shit is hilarious.
Which is crazy though, you know what I mean?
It just doesn't make sense, man.
Because they think it's still about them, you know? They still think it's about them though, that they come first.
Exactly why.
So you wouldn't jump in front of the bullet for me though?
They wouldn't even give me a cup of coffee.
Exactly though.
That for real. Like she brought this one guy a cup of coffee, and I was like, "What the fuck? What about me? We're having so much fun."
Yeah.
But no, not me, because I want to have fun.
Can you read that one again?
Deuteronomy 33 and 24. And of Asher he said, let Asher be blessed with children, let him be acceptable to his brethren, let him dip his foot in oil.
Dip his foot in oil, right? Hey, Venezuela, right there next to Saudi Arabia, extort the oil.
Most oil.
Yeah. So dip the foot in oil though. That's talking about the extortion that Venezuela, which is from the tribe actually, that they extort a bunch of oil though. You know? And that brother, when it's talking about the brethren, it's talking about like, you know, the brethren where this guy's like, you know, Esau's technology though, that he's a GMO baby though, you know? But that foot in the oil, that's talking about the oil though, you know, because Venezuela is known to extort, you know, Venezuela has a lot of minerals out there, man.
Yeah, Venezuela refines the oil for Chevron.
Yeah, and Chevron, everyone goes to Chevron because that's the best gas, right?
And you don't want to put cheap gas because you'll get less gas mileage. You go to Chevron, you get the most gas mileage.
You gotta pay a little bit more, but still, and then you're doing good too. You won't fuck up your fuel pump.
Yeah, and you're driving good on distance.
Yep. People complain about that shit, you know?
So he's dipping his foot.
Yeah. So that's the thing. People don't fucking even know that, you know?
And I was watching Apostle Tahar do a video, and I came to realize, man, that's why we give these men double honors. Because they're breaking shit down on a scientific level.
Yeah. Like analyzing it, you know?
Man, it's like Holmes, Sherlock Holmes.
Oh yeah.
Man, you can't get nothing by on the apostles.
They don't let anything. They give you the whole. They'll fill you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They fill you up.
Sometimes you gotta pause their videos.
To go back.
Break.
Yeah, to go back to what?
Yeah, you'll be taking notes, trying to get this one thing down, and then he says another thing off the top of his head, and you're like, what the hell? I gotta take notes on that one too.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, and you have to get it. You have to understand it.
Yeah. That's true. So this thing about Venezuela, right, has the potential to be the oil powerhouse of the world. More than 303 billion barrels of proven oil reserves. While the recovery barrels from the Orinoco oil belt are estimated another 500 billion barrels. But 303 billion barrels though. That's fucking a lot, man. And then Venezuela's not a big country either though. It's small, you know?
But they got those resources. And it's not the size of your country, it's what you got.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And there's war between Ukraine and Russia. Russia provides oil too, but if you shut down Russia, guess who's making more oil exchange and money? Venezuela's done now.
They're gonna be out there good, you know? Yeah, that's our people out there, you know.
And that's why Russia and Venezuela have ties together. They're not missing out on money.
They're happy. They're happy that this is going on.
Like everybody knows, during in the back of the scenes, look it, they're still gonna make money. We just gotta play this out.
Yeah. Because all these war shit, man, it's all about money, though, man.
Mhm.
Think about it. It's all. No, it's not. Think about it. It is, though, man. It's about making money, though. But people don't see it. Like, oh, this shit happening because of this and that, though. Hey, man, they're not broadcasting the war no more like how they used to, like a month ago or such. Now it's all about the shootings now. Making you fucking forget. Making you desensitized, though, man. Making you used to this shit.
They're making you worry about something new every fucking day.
Yeah. That's their job, though, you know?
And since you worry about something crazy and that doesn't matter to you, you can't focus on the beautiful truth.
Yeah.
Beautiful and simple the truth is.
People are worried about getting monkeypox right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like another something new every day.
Something new every day. And the
But
heart,
to keep you.
yeah, the closer we get to the end, it's gonna be something new. Something new is gonna come out. Monkeypox ain't even that fucking new.
Man, just sent a picture of that shit next to a shingles. It's the same shit. I seen a picture next to that
Yeah,
shit
that's
next to
crazy.
shingles. It's the same shit. It's no
Yeah,
different though.
It's crazy.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, this, you know what I mean? They fucking distract you though, man. They're actually distracting you from this truth. First and foremost, though.
That's the most important thing they have to do.
Yeah, that's their job though, you know? But that's the thing about it, man. Every time, like last month, it was all about the war and this and that. Now this shit is going on and shit though. They put that shit out there so there can happen another shit could happen somewhere else and shit. But which is crazy though, man. But that's Esau's job though, man.
Trying to overload your senses.
Because you know, this Jake I used to go to school with, right? I seen him walk. I didn't recognize him because he put on weight. So I seen him, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you know, I haven't seen you in a while." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Because this man, a year ago, his kids died in a car crash and burned alive. You could read. I might even make this up. You could read. They died right there by the Avenue, that road. There's 3 on New Year's Eve. So this man, you know, I was like, this guy was known to, you know, pop bars and you know, smoke and do that whole meth shit, you know. And when I seen him, you know, you would think that, oh man, this guy's gonna go hard because his kids died, right? Nah, I seen him, I was like, oh shit. He's like, yeah, man, you know, I guess he said he started like a rehab thing and such though. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh shit. But I'm just getting to my point. It's like the Most High, man, he could make these bombs go up though, man. Like, it's the works of the Most High though. You know, even though he's doing things of the world, when he's doing this shit though, man, I was just shocked, like, damn, like, you would, you know, like, I was just thinking, like, damn, the Most High, like, the power of the Most High though, like, how can you just flip from one thing to a better thing though, you know? Because that guy could have easily just went to the streets and, you know what I mean? Kids died gruesomely.
Harder.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, like, man, this guy, you know what I mean? He's doing better though, but I'm just saying, because, I mean, he's of the world, but I just, like, the power of the Most High, like, how you can just, you know what I mean?
Change your mind.
Like that. Yeah. That's can you get that one? The one I said Deuteronomy.
So you still in Deuteronomy 33 and
25? Yeah,
Thy shoes shall be iron and brass, and as thy days, so shall thy strength be.
gone. In Peru, right? Peru is known to have copper and zinc. Copper and zinc makes what? Brass. So Peru is from the tribe of Asher. So without the zinc, a lot of zinc comes out of Peru though. You need that to make that brass.
And copper is what we use in all these houses for the plumbing, for the water heater to send the hot water to your thing.
Yep. That copper it's needed though.
Yeah.
It's like it's needed. They used to have that on the even for the air brakes for the semis, but people started stealing those shit, selling them. You know the copper.
Copper cylinders.
Yeah. They still had for the air. You know.
People are smart, but zinc is also important.
Yeah.
It's what men need. It's what we use to,
Yeah.
It's what our body takes out of our body to do that,
You know, it's spiritual too because, like even the minerals of zinc, how brothers be wearing them stones too, man. Like, it's like, that's why the stones, you see brothers with like stones though, because it's spiritual. It's a spiritual thing. I was watching Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2, and then the guy, what's that guy, Knuckles? He was looking for the emerald, the green one. because that one was gonna give him the power. So when at the end of the movie, what's his name? Sonic got the fulfillment, I believe, of all the stones. He turned into gold and he was able to fly. And then he fucked up Eggman. Bro, I was watching it with my son though, but I'm just saying like the stones, man, they represent something. You know?
They're good. They can be used for bad too.
Oh yeah, gone. So that's why I was saying like the stones, man, they're real important though, because like I said, man, it's spiritual. And that emerald, you know, it looked beautiful, man. It was green and it was like, man, that's nice. But that guy Knuckles came from another dimension to get that. You know, he came to Earth though to get that though. You know what I mean? So when Sonic got it, the stones, he turned into gold, man, and he fucked up that guy Eggman fast. You know? But like I said, a lot of minerals come from Peru though. You know? So that's what it means though, man. So anyways, Asher, right? Trump Asher and it's like what I said, yeah. Hey, they have the best soccer players in the world. They have the best soccer players in the world, man. They're known. I got a list of these players, right?
LA is on it?
Yup, like the first one.
LA, there you go.
Brazil, hey, he's like, I'll say he's the best, man.
He scored a goal from half court, baby.
yeah. You seen the way he kicked the ball, like the way he
He was
looked?
like,
Yeah.
And it's like that guy couldn't even stop. The goalkeeper couldn't even.
It just kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was playing when it was black and white, the TV, you know?
Jeez.
Yeah, but Pelé, like me personally, I say that's the best soccer player, man. And he's from he's from Brazil, you know? And then there's he's from Chile, Marcos Madonna, and he was always going against Pelé too. Yeah, Maradona, Marcos, the Argentinian.
Bad.
Yeah, he's a bad sucker too, though, you know?
Hey, these girls are not passing by to fucking see what we're doing. They're checking us out.
Yeah. That's his spirit.
That's okay, though, man. See? Y'all checking you out, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna get two.
Yeah. You're gonna probably get the whole full. You're gonna stop over there too.
Hey, that's the spirit, though.
Yeah.
Because he's making a video about women being happy by having babies and the natural way things are.
Yeah. And then that woman pulls up too, you know?
And another one. See, I like them kind of chunky like that.
Got some meat on the bones, you know?
Well, actually, you know, Jake likes all of them. We like all of them.
So, quality, quantity, they don't matter, you know?
Like old dirty Betsy said, even ugly women look pretty too.
yeah.
Because to me, you're pretty anyways, baby.
Yeah. That's fine. And the other one is Neymar. Neymar's a badass fucking soccer. He's from Brazil too. I like watching him though, man. He's a badass soccer player.
Oh, and if you see them do the styles, like they just dribble.
Yeah.
They're bad, dude. They do some bad stuff.
I seen he's on the list too. Ronaldinho, the kind of ugly one, the long hair. He kicked the ball and hit the top post, and he did that shit like 5 times. Boom, back to back, boom, back to back, and he was far too though. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I think it was Ronaldinho or Ronaldo, which is on the list too. Ronaldo. You know? So I remember 20 years ago, man, when they were playing against Mexico in the World Cup though, and they were giving actually Brazil won though, but they were giving Mexico, you know, they were back to back right there, man, giving a run for their money though. But I remember like 20 years ago, man. I remember as a kid I was watching that World Cup shit, man, the FIFA, and man, those fucking Brazilian, Trap Asher, those motherfuckers bad though, man.
And if you put these tribes that are not from the Southern Kingdom, give them a soccer ball, you see a whole bunch of motherfuckers on the field.
Yeah.
Only one soccer ball. 100 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Pass it to me.
Yeah.
We just, man, I was that kid. I was playing soccer with boots, and you know, it didn't matter. You had soccer ball, I didn't even play.
I was playing barefooted, like fucking just like it felt lighter, you know. I was like fast, you know.
And that's what we used to do when we were back in those Aztec days. We used to play in those courts.
Oh yeah.
With those hips, like
boom, and that little
the basketball thing.
Yeah.
But we would give up each other's. The losing team would get decapitated.
Oh yeah, gone. So it was life and death.
Yeah, that shit is.
Hey, Jake, we be playing like that, life or death too, right? Yeah.
Oh, like in the Last Dragon, he was all, yeah. So brother, this is how you play craps. And then it was hopscotch.
Oh, good.
You gotta trust me because you see, everybody likes to do what Jake does.
Yeah, yep.
Everybody follows Jake.
Yeah, you see, Jake. You know, Jake. I'll be a group with Jakes, and I'll be tracking people like, what these Jakes do, you know?
Like
here?
what we're doing. Everybody's just coming over here.
Yeah. And people, and now you mention the people that are actually looking over here as they're passing by.
Because one day they're
gonna
gonna stop.
them.
One day they're gonna stop.
Yeah. Because remember, we come out the same time, so it's the same people
Same
that come
group
out of work.
people. Same group of people.
Like, they argue with that. What happened with that girl? You know, like I don't see you guys.
all the time.
It's okay.
So what's gonna happen when you don't see us?
Exactly though. So it's a sign though. You know, it's a sign though. And this last one's Casemiro. He's from Brazil. He's good. And then it's Messi. A lot of people like Messi though. Messi's from Argentina though. Messi, that motherfucker gets paid more than LeBron James. Just picture that. Yep. Soccer players get paid more than these basketball players here in America. You know. So imagine that. Messi, you know, LeBron James is a badass basketball player, right? But you got this person, Messi though, gets paid way more than him. Don't to show you though, man. And the World Cup, right? The World Cup is like the Olympics. You know, each country plays against each other though. And guess who won the most World Cups? Brazil. Yep. 5 Asher. 5. Hey, it ain't easy winning them cups though, man. And I remember 20 years ago they actually won the World Cup. I remember I was watching that though. I was a kid though. I was like, yeah, these motherfuckers deserve it, you know? Because I was on the next, you know, I was going from Mexico, but I was like, yeah, these deserve that.
There's like 200 teams playing.
Yeah, because it's all the countries.
The whole world.
Yeah. And then the most they won was for the tribe of Asher though, man. They won 5 World Cups though. No one has, they won one, but at least won 1, 2, maybe 2. Germany, I believe Germany, and I forgot who else won 2 though. Chile actually won some too, but Chile is, you know, still from the tribe though. So
that's the hardest cup to get.
Oh yeah. Hey, you got these motherfucking other countries and shit. Also in Europe, them motherfuckers are pretty bad too in Europe though, you know? Hey, the people, the teams from Europe recruit for the tribe of Asher to go play with them, and they get good for money, you know? They're like, we'll pay you this much to go play on some, which is Barcelona and Madrid and all them, you know, countries out there though. They have these tribes though come to play for them though, because they know they're gonna get the wins. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the end of my lesson though. You know, I just want to speak upon the tribe of Asher though. You know, he's one of our brothers too. You know. So with that, you know, hope you guys are having fun. Oh, it's fun.
So with that, I want to talk about who are the strangers in the Bible. And it's a real simple lesson. So we'll start at Isaiah 14:1.
Isaiah 14:1. For Yahweh Shem Yahushai will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
So right here is saying that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to set Jacob in their own land, you know, and Jacob are the Israelites. And it says when they set them in their own land, it says, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Now some people say that the strangers are the other nations, and that they're going to be joined with the Israelites. But when you go to the definition for strangers right here, it's H16:16, and its definition is ger.
Because Moses' son was Gershon. So in Isaiah 14:1, it said, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So that's the northern tribe and southern tribe.
Yeah, because when you get the definition for ger, it's strangers, and it's ger, and it's foreigners in Israel. Foreigners in Israel. That means that you were once an Israelite, you know, but the Israelites, they just left the land and they left the law of the Israelites. The law that the Israelites are supposed to follow, they didn't follow it no more. So now they're called strangers.
Like we were strangers at one point.
We didn't know.
They're still Israelite, but they don't know, they don't know any better. So we'll go to Exodus 2:19.
Exodus 2:19. And they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us and watered the flock.
So I hear they said an Egyptian delivered us out, but this was Moses, and they were calling him Egyptian just because he was born in Egypt, right? So that's why they said an Egyptian delivered us out, but really it was Moses. So keep going.
20. He said unto his daughters, where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him that he may eat bread.
The father, he wanted to pay him because what he did to the daughters. He helped the daughters.
But that was in the movie Exodus, Gods and Kings. It showed that part vividly where the shepherds were bringing their goats, and then Moses' wife and her sisters were feeding their flock, and they scared their flock away. And then that's why it said, and they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds.
So Moses saved them.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter.
So Moses, he had sex with Zechariah, and keep going.
And she bare him a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land.
So
Yeah, look at that guy. He's a stranger right now. He's the only one riding a damn bike in the middle of fucking.
yeah, so Moses' son was named Gershom, and when you go into the definition for Gershom, it says a stranger. So Gershom, his name was just stranger. So like, if somebody said, "Who's that?" Oh, that's stranger. That was his name.
We have basic.
I remember when I was in Oregon, I spent a summer with my cousins. There's a lady, she called her dog Solovino. And we were like, we didn't get it, we're kids, right? And then later on we got it, he's like Solovino. That's his name, Solovino. Like he came by himself. Like his name was Solovino. And we were even calling him Solovino, but we didn't get it,
Yeah.
But that's, what I mean?
Yeah.
That's Jake, it's Jake.
Yeah.
And there's something that's lost in the language translation. Like it says in Preacher, Book of the Preacher, Sirach, for the opening, the very first page, it'll tell you what work they did and how hard it is to translate and how much it loses power.
Yeah. So Moses' son, he was an Israelite, but he was a stranger in a strange land. So, for example, if I have a really close relative and I haven't seen him in a while, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, stranger, where you been at, stranger?" That's what it means. Or like you see somebody walk into a bar and he says, "Howdy, stranger," That means you don't know who you are, You don't know who he is.
And the opposite would be Cheers. You remember watching Cheers? When Norm would walk into the bar, "Hey, Norm," everybody would know his name. Like that song, everybody knows your name. Hey, the angels know our name, and the angels are cold-blooded. You'd be like, "Paul, I know. Peter, I know, but who the fuck is you?" Cold, man, cold. So he named his son Gershom. which
Yep,
means
so-
stranger.
Every time you see that definition for stranger, it's ger. You know, when it says ger, that means it's a foreign Israelite foreigner.
Hey, and that's the spirit because there's the monks, they name their kids Ger. No matter if it's a boy or a girl, Ger. I had a homie named Ger. His brother name was too. And they had a sister named Ger.
So we go to Deuteronomy 31 and 16.
This is Deuteronomy 31 and 16.
Salakia. First get Exodus 22 and 21.
Jumping the gun over here. I'm excited. That's just me. That's just how I am.
I skip.
Exodus 22 and 21. Thou shalt never vex a stranger nor oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Man, that shit kicked up.
So it says, thou shalt neither vex a stranger. So is it talking about one of our own, the Ger, or is it talking about the other nations? You know. So when you get the definition for this one, it's the same one. It's Ger. You know. So people think, don't vex a stranger. You know, don't vex a Edomite. You know.
Yeah. Don't vex a guy coming at you with a knife. Don't vex him.
Don't let them cut you.
That's what a fucking Christian would tell you.
It says because we were strangers in their land. You know.
Yeah, in their land. That was, yeah.
It's the same way now we're strangers in their land. You know, again. But it's talking about the Israelite foreigners. You know, don't hide the truth from them. You know, let them know that they're Israelites.
And you can't hide the truth from an Israelite because they'll think for themselves it's the right thing to do. They're like, "Is this the right thing?" Deuteronomy 31 and 16. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them.
Now Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is telling Moses that you're going to die soon. So after you die, there's going to be a people rising up, you know, and they're going to go whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land. Now right here, you get the strangers in this definition, it's different. It says nakar,
Oh, man.
and it only says alien, foreigner, and that's it. It don't say anything about foreigner of Israel, you know. So that is speaking about the heathens.
They call it Mexicans aliens. You know what I mean? How come they don't call it Canadians and come from Canada aliens? So everything's bywords. You know what
Yeah, because it's the gods of the strangers of the land. Just like here, there's strange gods here.
And this is a strange place because that's the second truck we've seen, but different driver making a delivery to the same place.
I mean? Yeah.
So you got your shit all fucked up.
Even, like dicks come, no matter what though, like even with that Española, with the Levi and the Dominican Republic, the Levi, the Haitians, man, they drove those motherfuckers out of there. I believe they were the French though. They drove those motherfuckers out of there.
Hey,
The
those
Haitians.
Those Haitians are
They're
bad.
fucking ruthless, so
Bad.
they tried to. I think it was in the 1800s, I believe so.
Yeah,
the Española,
both.
yeah, and they fucking kicked their ass and kicked them the fuck out, But that's what I'm saying. But that's us Israelites. So yeah, they take us down though. But eventually we come back. Even if it ain't like physical war though, but it's either through sports, the women, or even making the business, making money. We'll always come up no matter what. You can bring us from the bottom though, but somehow we'll make what? Hey, Messi. Well, I was talking about Messi. He's making more than your average Edomite though. So these motherfucking, spick right here making more money than They hate that shit, though, you know.
And that's why they keep us down.
Yeah. Kick us while we're down.
Gotta keep
Read that one again.
Deuteronomy 31 and 16. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them.
So our people, the Israelites, are gonna go whoring after strange gods, after the heathens' gods.
Jeremiah 17:4. And though even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever, because that was our punishment for fucking up. In other words, look what happened after Joshua died. What people were doing, where our people were doing in the land of Canaan, you know? Well, before it was called, Israel Canaan.
And that's why the Lord told them, look, you're going to die. And when you die, this is going to happen. And that's why the scriptures always, and Joshua said, and they feared him like they feared Moses. They feared Joshua like they feared Moses. So when the fear goes away, it's time to act bad for these people, right? People, man. And that's why you're going to get your ass whooped. We love you, but you're going to get fucking killed. And that's the reason why it's when we're talking to people, it's okay for them to act up and be, crazy and say shit like that. Like that lady that said that all that stuff about me. It's okay. Because when I get her in the kingdom, she's going to be like this. What can I do for you today, Lord? I swear. And that's going to be like the day I'm going to be like, why don't you go make me some tortillas? And then I'm going to leave.
You're going to make him make 100 tortillas?
Yeah. 144 tortillas.
We go to Leviticus 19 and 33.
And that's the best part about the kingdom, is everybody's going to be in their right mind.
One accord.
We're not going to be fucking hungry. Like, what I mean by that is, like when we go home, like everybody's hungry. Like we'll be eating, like the brother said, GMO foods, but we'll still be hungry. We're going to have the good food with all the nutrients in it.
Yeah, like for example, Chinese food, they'll stuff you up though, but you still feel hungry. It's like, like you see those motherfuckers don't even eat their own food they serve. They be eating the veggies and all that shit though, but they be serving you the shit that they don't even eat though, you know?
They have something called the vegetarian chow mein. Oh man, but they give you so much of it. I eat all of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they hook you up. Yeah,
it's vegetables in it, but I'd rather eat that than the meat.
Yeah, because they don't even eat that shit though, man. Because you notice that they're not fat. All these fucking Asian restaurants you go to, man, they're not. You don't get approached by some big ass fucking. They're all skinny and like better health than these average fucking Americans right here, you know? Because they know what to eat, but they're just serving you the fucking nasty shit. They're licking up the sores of our people, man.
That's right. That's right. Leviticus 19 and what?
19 and 33.
Leviticus 19 and 33. And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, you shall not vex him.
So here's another stranger, and you have to be careful because this one, it says if a stranger sojourn with you, meaning like if like you're going on a trip or something, and then
tags along.
somehow he tags along, like the time when in Egypt when we escaped Egypt. There was some heathens that escaped with us. They tried to get in with the crowd. Keep going. Next verse.
But the strangers that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you, and thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt, for he is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, our power.
So you think it's the other nations, but these strangers are Israelites.
We gotta love them, baby.
It's the same definition, ger.
So what that means is we're over here prophesying, preaching, What if the so-called Hindu man comes up here? Oh, I love you so much. You guys are doing the right thing.
As long as he's saying the right thing.
But you know some motherfuckers, like, I don't want to say no names over the camp, they'll be like, you're a heathen. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey man, do you feel like when you read the Bible, do you even read the first? I'll be like, do you read the Bible? And I'll be like, how do you feel when you read it? It's talking about me. And then I'll be like, okay.
You already know.
You already know.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, if somebody left you, if you walk into work and somebody left a sign says forgot to clock out, and I know you clocked in at this time, but everybody has a different clocking time. Only the person that clocked in at that time is gonna know that message.
You know what? But in the spirit, 'cause, I work. I go to different stores, right? And some, you might think it's an Ishmaelite, but some of these guys are actually jakes because they fuck around like jakes do. You fuck, you be talking to them and shit, and they be like taking out the girls with you too and shit. Like, yeah, I hired her. I was like, yes.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
But then but you could tell a difference though. I know I could tell a difference from the Ishmaelites, and because the other ones were like more like serious and
the real Ishmaelites hate us.
Yeah.
And they'll fucking look at you like fuck shit like in their fucking Arabic language.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, what the fuck did you say?
Yeah.
They're just hateful.
Yeah, because over there, where I do, merchandise and everything, you go, they opened up a taco place, right? Who works there? Mexicans. Who are the cashiers? Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
And then you talk to the so-called Ishmaelites, though, I'm like, damn, majority of these guys has to be jakes, though, man. Because look at all these, so-called Mexicans that work here, though. And but you go to another grocery store and everything like that, and like, nah, these handle their own. I go to the 76, the gas station over there, like, nah, these motherfuckers are Ishmaelites right here, So you can tell a difference.
Yeah, because right there, it looks like the other nation because it says, but the strangers that dwell with you shall be unto you as one born among you. That means he's going to be like one that's born with you, but he's not going to be born with you. Just like
Gershom. Gershom wasn't born in Israel, in the land of Israel, but he was an Israelite.
Yep.
Because Moses' his father. And Moses wasn't even born in Israel. We're not born in Israel.
We're not born together, like we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be all born together in the